Hello and welcome to the Yuba County Office of Education Substitute Special Education Paraeducator training video. The Yuba County Office of Education Regional Special Education Programs serve students in our community from ages 3 to 22 with moderate to severe needs. We serve students who qualify for special education services under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA. Under IDEA, there are 13 categories under which a student can qualify for services. These include autism, deaf, deafblind, emotionally disturbed, hard of hearing, intellectually disabled, multiple disabilities, visually impaired, orthopedically impaired, other health impaired, specific learning disability, speech impaired, or traumatic brain injury. We're excited to have you join us as a substitute special education paraeducator. This is an important job and comes with high expectations. We ask during the workday that you're always present and engaged with the students. This means not using your cell phone and being sure to take initiative throughout the school day. We also ask that you feel free to ask questions throughout the school day if ever a task seems unclear or you're unsure of the expectations. It's important that you always arrive at your duty assignments on time. As a substitute special education paraeducator, you will be coming in contact with confidential information. It is vitally important to remember to never discuss or disclose student information outside of the classroom environment when working with students. We further ask that you remain respectful of both students and school staff throughout your workday. We ask also that you come to work dressed appropriately and ready to work with students. Your role as a substitute special education paraeducator is to assist with the instruction and care of students with disabilities. This can include helping students with self-help skills, behavior management, and mobility. In regards to self-help skills, many of our students need assistance with personal hygiene skills, which can include toilet training, diapering, changing soiled clothing, hand washing, dressing, grooming, and eating skills. This may be inclusive of specialized feeding requirements or equipment. Behavior management skills include carrying out behavior management techniques according to student IEPs and classroom rules. Paraeducators are also responsible for monitoring daily behaviors to help maintain classroom order. This is inclusive of redirecting negative behaviors and reinforcing appropriate behaviors. Additionally, implementing consequences for inappropriate behavior and following plans as directed by the classroom teacher for classroom safety. In regards to mobility skills, paraeducators assist in using and preparing a variety of adaptive equipment. Additionally, paraeducators assist in the implementation of mobility programs, following the instructions of therapists and classroom teachers. Paraeducators further provide instruction in domestic skills, such as clothes washing, dishwashing, and other important life skills. Additionally, they provide instruction in augmentative communication, which may help students who are nonverbal. This could be inclusive of sign language or other nonverbal forms of communication. When you enter a Yuba County Office of Education Regional Special Education Program classroom, expect to find the following: visual supports for students, desks and tables, designated break areas, mobility equipment, individual seating arrangements, classroom schedules, individual student schedules, both stationary and portable, kitchen areas, and designated toileting areas for students. We always endeavor to implement evidence-based practices, or EBPs, to support our students in the classroom. An example of an evidence-based practice would be visual supports. Visual supports are defined as any tool presented visually that supports an individual as he or she moves throughout the day. This might include written words, objects within the environment, arrangement of the environment, or visual boundaries, schedules, maps, labels, organization systems, timelines, and scripts. The following are examples of visual behavioral supports that you may encounter in our classrooms. Zones of Regulation is a program used in many of our classrooms to help teach students language about emotions. Students utilize these visual supports to help express how they're feeling throughout the day and communicate with classroom staff. Visual supports can also be related to behavior management and are ready to go in classroom break areas. First Then cards are also a common visual support we use in our classrooms to help assist students with transitions. Here are some further examples of visual supports. We often use visual supports to aid with explicit instruction, meaning teaching students a specific skill. We often use visual supports to assist students with transitions, so they know what to expect next throughout the day. Additionally, we use visual supports to help explain procedures and expectations to students. Next, we'll talk about specific strategies we use to support students. We always seek to help reinforce what a student does well. We want to use specific praise and concrete reinforcement if needed to shape socially appropriate behavior. An example of specific praise would be, rather than saying "great job" or "good work," if a student were to help you put away classroom materials after a lesson, say, "Thank you for helping me put away the books." We also want to model appropriate social interaction for our students. This means taking turns and reciprocity. We want to teach imitation of motor skills as well as verbal skills. Additionally, we want to help our students pick up on context clues and reference those around. For example, if everyone else is standing, you probably should be too. We use task analysis to break social skills into smaller components and teach these skills through supported interactions. Remember to use visual supports as appropriate and celebrate student strengths, and use their strengths to help motivate interest in social interactions. We know that this is a lot of information, but again, as we stated earlier, if you're ever unclear during your workday, be sure to ask classroom staff, as they can help you understand a task or the expectations. Our students engage in many activities throughout their school day. This is an example of a puzzle task given to students in one of our primary classrooms. This explains both student and staff expectations during this activity. And now to review. Here are some examples of visual supports you may encounter in our programs. Here are some examples of alternative seating you may encounter in our programs. And here are some examples of mobility equipment you may encounter in our programs. Finally, we want to leave you with an important takeaway, and it's our acronym, OWL. When working with our students, remember to always observe, wait, and listen. Observe student behavior and take time to wait to allow the students to have processing time. Make sure to listen for instructions from the classroom teacher and implement their plans. This includes redirections for students, using visual supports, setting break timers, and other duties as required during the day. As a substitute special education paraeducator, you can expect the following from us: professionalism, feedback from staff, support, coaching, open direct communication, and opportunities to grow. We'd like to thank you for being a part of the YCOE team. Remember, Your success will be determined by your positive attitude, willingness to learn, and staying student focused. We look forward to seeing you in the classroom.